Anyway, so we're back from Kentucky.
Yep.
Back in LA. We made it. Can you believe it?
Barely survived.
Can't believe it, actually. 17 days shooting with a child that is the lead. Believe it or not, pretty difficult, especially when you're in a rural area.
Yeah.
Meaning not much of a film infrastructure, or one at all. Very difficult. And guess what? We got through it, and it was
Crazy.
crazy.
Absolutely crazy.
For example, this is about how crazy it gets. Second to last day of shooting, thunderstorm hits when we have an entirely exterior day.
Zero cover.
Almost had to force majeure that day, which would mean canceling our flight back home. Everyone's flights back home. Then it stopped thunderstorming for a bit, and I had 2 hours to completely rewrite and shoot the climax of the film.
Mm-hmm.
And we did it.
We did.
We did it, and it ended up actually being better.
Yeah.
And more grounded in what the story really was. So that's kind of weird and so indie. Moral of the story, which I don't know if we've said it before, is no matter how much you plan, and planning is what saved us from a story perspective, things are going to happen. Like the universe, it was the universe that like threw things at us that were absolutely nuts.
I think the universe was just testing us.
The universe was testing us. And
like
guess what? We
trial
pulled
by
through.
Fire.
It was trial by like, not even
Volcano.
just fire. It was like by volcano, tsunami, all at once. Anyways, so
the perfect storm.
It was the perfect storm, which made the perfect movie. Here's some things. First of all, Producer Boot Camp is going to have tons more value and modules and information than it did before, which is going to be great. It's going to be just elaborating further upon the principles that are already there. Those principles have been tried and true, and they work, they're real, they're great. But some things to keep in mind. One, if you don't prep, and I mean prep your movie from a creative standpoint, things are going to happen on set and you won't be able to, you'll crumble, right? Prep is what saved us. We knew our story inside and out. We knew the shots inside and out. And there were times where we had to call audibles and combine shots pretty much every single day.
Pretty much every day.
But we could do that and have them still be sophisticated and very story-based because of how thorough our prep was.
Mm-hmm.
If you're the director, having that type of prep and having those answers and that vision amongst every department is vital. There were times in this film where certain departments completely dropped the ball. And I mean dropped the ball. Only once did I lose a day because the department dropped the ball. Now, I could have sat there and complained because that department dropped the ball, but instead, I knew my movie so well, I knew my characters so well, that I just did the job. I did what I had to do to get the movie made.
Which is not ideal.
Not ideal, and that's not what you want to be doing, but at the same time, we both know, at the end of the day, people go home, they get a check, right? They're like, I didn't do my best work. Wake up the next day, they have their money, no big deal. The people that suffer are us, right? The filmmakers. We're the ones that suffer. So you do what you need to do to make your movie.
Yeah.
Right? Even if you have to do it by yourself,
Yeah.
you do what you need to do to make that movie.
Because unfortunately, when it comes out on, theaters or whatever, wherever, your movie comes out, it doesn't say, on a scene that might have not gone the way you planned.
No disclaimer.
It doesn't say disclaimer, art department dropped the ball today. Sorry, this prop isn't here in the movie.
No.
If it's not there, it's not there. So when it comes down to it,
or continuity.
Especially on an independent level, at the end of the day, it's up to you to kind of just take the bull by the horns.
Yeah, you need to take the bull by the horns. You need to have passion. You need to have a lot of resilience. People aren't going to like you all the time. Why? Because you're the boss.
Most of the time.
Right? Especially, I hate to say it, ladies, especially if you're a young female, a lot of people aren't really going to like you being the boss. It's just the nature of what it is. Do your job. Don't worry about if people like you or not. It's a waste of time, okay? People will get behind you and they will follow you and they will follow your lead if you have passion and you make decisions and you are confident. Do you mind? This is Jackson. He's my favorite boy. Anyways, second of all, Cooper is a champion and the best DP I could have ever asked for in my life. Indie filmmakers out there, find yourself a DP that you can trust with your life and make films with. Third, always go through payroll when you're making a movie, which we did. And it was amazing because we had a gaffer get very, very ill and had to be flown home, right? After day 5, we didn't have a gaffer in a remote area. Yep. Payroll's amazing because they are the employer, and we have workers' comp. Here's waffles. Another tip. Abide by all the rules, which we did. We abided by every SAG rule, every, federal labor law. And you have to do that, and you cannot cut corners. And the reason I bring this up is because there are times where crew will push you, right? And they'll ask for things, and they'll claim that you're not doing this and doing that. Or people will be very weird and get very angry about something. They'll want to call a rep and as a way to spite you. And if you're following all the rules and you're doing everything perfectly, they've got nothing on you. You have to protect yourself. When you're an independent filmmaker, the place to cut corners is not through insurance. The place to cut corners is not through labor laws or through union rules, okay? The place to cut corners, or legalities, the place to cut corners is essentially in gear and intricacy of your logistics of your film in the first place, like gear rentals, location, costs, things like that. We had a lot of favors in this film. We had a very small but shout out to Panavision who hooked it up. They were amazing. And we couldn't have done this film without them. They were absolutely incredible.
Thank you, David Dodson, Bob Forsh, and Tony, Panavision.
Yep. Anyways, so, yeah, you just really, you gotta know it. You gotta know it all, you guys. And another tip that this will also be included in the producer boot camp is oh my God, so thorough in your contracts with people. I mean, to the point where it's almost annoying and you're like, really, do I have to put this? Be so thorough with your contracts because you can't assume that people are just going to do good by you, because why would they? I mean, it's not even about doing good. Like, they've been burned by producers in the past. Why would they, assume that you're any different? And it's not personal at all. It's business. So you have to be so thorough in your contracts and so specific. So that way, all you have to say is when someone comes to you about something is refer to your contract. Refer to your contract. At the end of the day, you have a deal with someone to do a job. As long as you don't stray from that deal, and as long as they don't stray from that deal, all is well. So make sure your contracts are ridiculously uber specific with everything.
I always say on set, there's no dumb questions.
No dumb questions.
Even if it's a really, really dumb question, there's no dumb questions. And that applies to everything, contracts and
everything.
Safety and everything.
Safety, very much so.
Dumb questions.
We had an incredible AD on this film, and second AD as well. Really, really great AD team. Marco and Alan, love you guys. Great producing team. Lavandrea and Ariel and Malcolm, they killed it on this. We had really great people. I mean, our wardrobe was fantastic, all of that. G&E was great. Camera was great. We had a really, really good team, and you can totally tell. And our special effects girl, Nora.
Nora was awesome.
Amazing. The monster that she made was incredible.
Amazing cast.
Really, really great cast. Oh my God. Charisma, Josh, Madison, Emma, Jeremy. Amazing. I cannot wait to go through post. Another tip, and I believe I've said this before, dailies, you guys. Watch your dailies, because especially when you're in a remote area, we can't do reshoots. But we had to sometimes include reshoots in our principal photography days for things that I didn't like, things that we didn't get properly, and the dailies were our only way of knowing. So make sure you get the dailies, make sure you watch your dailies. If you don't have a data manager on set who's doing that, or an assistant editor, or a DIT doesn't really do that, but the other two positions, then get one, because they are vital, especially, like I said, when you're remote and you can't just, it's not like we're in LA and we just, we'll just pick it up another day.
Yeah.
You have to rely
on
those things.
When it's not a big union job where you're not watching them in a theater like Scorsese.
Yeah, watching on my laptop.
But it's important regardless to watch
It's very, very important. Very, very important.
It's game-changing, actually.
It is game-changing.
Multiple times that I think had we not have watched dailies, we would be sitting here right now with a very different story to tell. Because we would be
It's true.
sitting here trying to figure out how to go back and shoot pickups.
Yeah, and how to fix things that like can't really be fixed, and so they're very important.
Sorry, Jack's just biting my feet.
Little chits. Anyways, we are so sorry that we weren't more consistent with these vlogs. We were kind of busy literally every second of the day and barely slept. We just got our first full
Actual
night of
night's
sleep
no more.
last night. It was unreal. So now that we're in post, it'll be a little different. I'm going to keep dropping some, knowledge bombs, for a lack of a better term. He's fighting your feet. With you guys on how the whole process goes with post, things that are, hindsight that pop into our minds, how things go with the marketing and sales and distribution. Marketing is incredibly important in your film, you guys. We hired a marketing company that has been incredible. I will talk about more about that later.
Check us out on Deadline.
Check us out on Deadline, or actually just check us out at mailordermonstermovie.com. You can see the press that we've had there. These vlogs always stay up there, but we're gonna keep you guys updated. Also, too, and we didn't have it in the budget at the time, but I have a great marketing girl who handles everything for Jax Productions. And the next film, I'm 100% bringing her because she would have kept all of these vlogs and everything so much more consistent than I did. Kate is amazing. But yeah, you guys, we did it. Believe it or not, we got through principal photography, which is only stage 2 out of like 5 stages in making a film. So
pretty much
on to the next stage now.
And for anyone who doesn't know or is under a different assumption, making a feature film, an independent, non-union, non-studio-backed feature film in a remote location with a child actor that plays
every scene
at 144 out of 155 scenes, which basically means every single day, and you're following all the labor laws and all the SAG laws and all the laws in general of how long you work them. It's really, really hard.
Most indie films, as I'm sure you guys know, they work their crews like 18, 16-hour days almost consistently.
And whoever says they don't are full of shit.
Full of it. The longest day our crew ever pulled was a 14-hour day once. They actually got done early, under 12 hours.
It was hard. I'm not saying it wasn't hard. They were, because of, people getting sick and, that kind of stuff.
Being undermanned in a lot of ways.
In a remote location. I had a lot of students that were trying really hard, but, we're much greener, and they're working off a big truck, so they were undermanned for sure. But the point I'm getting at is if you don't know, it's a big undertaking, and it's something that should not be taken lightly.
No.
And if you think about it, we've
prep.
been prepping this, you guys may or may not know, prepping this really consistently for
about 6 months.
6 months. And as she said, if we hadn't have done that,
we wouldn't have made our days.
We wouldn't have a movie.
Wouldn't have made our
because
days.
When stuff happens like
when
like you're shooting in a forest in the middle of nowhere, Kentucky, and you get a lightning storm, and it's not just like, a little bit of rain, it's like a torrential downpour
force majeure
with
material.
Lightning over your head, and you can't do anything about it, and you safely, you legally and safety wise can't work in that kind of condition. You're kind of screwed.
Big time.
So we got very lucky that it stopped very quickly, but
very lucky.
If you don't, or in any other instance that we had where, we get there and after tech scouting and everything, a location just falls through. If we didn't have the level of prep and understanding for the characters and the space and the location and the themes and all that we had, and that's just the creative side, and not including the logistical side of it. If we hadn't have done that kind of prep, we would have. We
wouldn't have been able to be as flexible and at the same time so story driven. It would just have been a disaster. So
and this is my first time. And this was my first movie as a Mania director of photography, and this is her first time as a director on a feature. But this is not my first time on a movie set, especially not a feature set, especially not an independent feature set. Yeah. And in my experience, and now firsthand being the one who has done it and led a team in this situation, you have to be able to adapt. I don't care what position you are, but especially in anything sort of leadership, and especially in a leadership position where it's like her and I, where I'm the DP and I'm below the line, but at the end of the day, it's like you and I are kind of the ones doing it.
Yep.
And mostly her. And if we hadn't have prepared the way we did, we wouldn't have been able to adapt the way we did.
The obstacle is the way, you guys. My dad told me something when I was very young, when I played flag football, and it was the best thing he ever said. Well, actually, he said it even before I played flag football. He used to say it to me all the time growing up. You can get angry, you can get upset, you can cry, but you cannot quit. You cannot quit. You have to keep going. There were times where I wanted to give up. I wanted to throw in the towel. There were times where I'd get angry, I'd cry, I'd get upset. But we kept moving forward. We kept moving forward because if we didn't move forward and we didn't believe in it, no one else would have. And we wouldn't be here all smiles with a movie to show.
She killed it. I have to say, I'm
Killed
very,
it.
very proud of her.
Very
I only
proud of her.
directed one scene.
Because I
She had
passed out
heat
of heat
stroke, and Kentucky Heat is no joke. Mail Order Monster fun fact.
Yeah.
I directed one
One
scene.
scene. Can you guess which one it is?
Probably the one that isn't very good.
No, it's fine. Anyways, so
It's good. It's fine.
stay tuned in. No, it's great. Stay tuned in with everything.
I was perky this time.
You were perky
I'm in
this
it.
time in this vlog. Marco
'cause
will
of that
be
ice
so
cream.
happy. It was because of that ice cream. We
I
just
didn't
got
complain, Marco.
shellfish. No, he didn't complain. Marco's our first AD. Anyways, so stay
Marco, I had a
up,
Sunday hot fudge.
stay updated with us on our social media. Go on mailordermonstermovie.com, and we'll see you guys next time.